shout out for better federal hiring. Hi, this is Lindy with ClearanceJobs. Last week we did a webinar about the federal hiring process. We will post a link in the description here. Following that, literally the next day, the Office of Personnel Management, White House, released a memo outlining federal employment hiring priorities and changes. So this is not the first time the executive branch, White House, has released some guidance and memorandums around federal hiring processes. The timing for our webinar was quite frankly impeccable. It highlighted a few of the things that we've talked about that have been talked about for years: the importance of candidate experience when it comes to hiring, improvements, enhancements to USA Jobs, including talent communities, talent portals, ability for federal agencies to do more proactive sourcing of candidates through USA Jobs and also through direct hiring authorities. Talked about STEM hiring, the Pathways program, entry-level talent hiring. A lot of different components in there were mentioned. So we'll write more about some of the highlights here. All of this underscores basically kind of this ongoing need that has been seen to improve the federal hiring process. The security clearance process, which we cover extensively here, the ins and outs of it, is only one aspect of the federal hiring process. If you're trying to onboard and get a job with the federal government, you also face a number of other hurdles. Again, USA Jobs portal or application process or suitability requirements, the requirements of the position. So push for skill-based hiring is something that the White House is discussing here. So all of those are key trends, key issues. The direction goes out to federal agencies. Now it is up to a lot of those federal agencies to execute on that. And so there is still a need to continue talking about this. It is something that we talked about in the webinar. Like, there's no silver bullet solution for these issues. The federal government is the nation's largest employer with over 2 million people. You're not going to solve the problem of hiring in the federal government overnight. Just like even small businesses struggle to create good quality hiring practices. In the federal government, you have this overarching institution that has 50 plus, institutional requirements and mandates that it has to follow. And you have a lot of different sub-agencies trying to figure out how to do that. So take a deep breath. Let's all join hands and work together. This is one small step for improving the candidate experience for onboarding for federal hiring, but it's going to take a lot of us leaping together to see the kind of change that we talk about. We're here for it. At ClearanceJobs, our friends at Partnership for Public Service and other institutions across the government, nonprofits, other folks in this space are also working. This is not a problem that exists in any one institution or agency. It is something we're going to have to solve both at the high level, so what we're seeing with this new White House guidance, and at the low level. You can't see my hands, but assume they're really high, really low. We're gonna bring them together, people. We're gonna join hands. We're gonna solve this problem together. What a picture I've made for you here. So we're gonna again unpack this guidance. We like to see this kind of information come out. We want to highlight and emphasize it over at ClearanceJobs because we want the best, most qualified, capable, cleared workforce, national security workforce, federal workforce. You can search for cleared federal jobs, government jobs over at ClearanceJobs. There is no one-stop shop for federal employment. There is no one-stop shop solution for improving the federal hiring process, but things like this are certainly a step in the right direction. So read our content for more, but know that if you're in this process as an applicant and you're kind of struggling, the government does know, they have heard you, and there are pockets and areas of improvement and places where it's better. So keep out there, keep trying, keep applying, and look for a position that's right for you, because the federal government needs the best and brightest. So for more on the federal hiring process, federal employment resources for recruiters and hiring managers in the federal space, we have those over at ClearanceJobs.com.